With the insane popularity of Marvel Rivals and the seemingly unstoppable hype train behind it, it really makes you wonder, which hero or villain is getting added to the roster next? Welcome everyone to another episode of New Meta, where we discuss the potential movesets for highly anticipated heroes in the future for Marvel Rivals. If you guys enjoy the series, please make sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe with the notification bell icon turned on to stay up to date with the latest news on games like Marvel Rivals. Without further ado, for today's episode, we'll be discussing the Merc with the Mouth, Deadpool. Quick disclaimer that the following discussion is expressly all my opinion, and by no means am I stating that this is the only way to work the character. With a character as popular as Deadpool, it's important to give him the respect he deserves in an environment where he wouldn't get overshadowed by someone of equal popularity. Which is why I think Deadpool should function as a support character for the following 3 reasons. Number 1, the team-up bonus would mesh well with heroes like Wolverine already serving as a tanky DPS character. Number 2, being a support class character would allow for Deadpool to take full use of his healing factor, which is something that is missing with characters such as Wolverine. Number 3, being a support allows Marvel Rivals to continue the trend of having characters transcend their classes, such as with Mr. Fantastic, who is a DPS that is tanky like a Vanguard. With Deadpool's own nature to reluctantly being placed in situations where he has to do the right thing, they could surely crack some funny dialogue interactions for the characters when he gets an elimination versus when he is forced to heal. Starting off with the moveset. We have already established that his passive ability would be his healing factor, but his left click attack would be his dual wielding guns to do standard damage, similar to how Rocket Raccoon does with his machine gun. When ready to heal a teammate, his right click comes in handy as a love gun pops out that he shoots to give allies a passive heal effect in the same way that Mantis does. For splash healing effects, left shift comes equipped with a grenade that instantly heals self and allies within proximity to the grenade, while also doing damage to enemies. Melee attacks is the standard dual katana slash to keep his arsenal cycling around in full use and to show off those 6 swords. For his ultimate, Deadpool would feature a charge-up animation similar to that of the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, where he is shown loading his dual pistols, whereas to here, he would be loading dual golden pistols that when aimed at allies heals them and when aimed at enemies does boosted damage. Lastly, for traversal, Deadpool is a very unserious character, so leaning into that could feature a creative traversal method to get out of danger fast, such as having a makeshift grappling hook that is made up of a katana with a rope attached to it. Maybe throwing and dashing to a teammate could have you dash to them and give them a buff with a small shield similar to how Mr. Fantastic does. And the cherry on top would be that all of Deadpool's interactions with the enemy team in combat would be various taunts. Now, how would the character actually be introduced within Marvel Rivals? With a character as big as Deadpool, obviously, given the fact that the game came out post the release of Deadpool and Wolverine, the perfect moment, while it would have been back then, now simply with the MCU going its own way and Deadpool's future being uncertain within it, I think that Deadpool's introduction into Marvel Rivals has to be something more catered towards the event and the storylines that the game is trying to tell. So for example, if they decide to do a big event with someone like Thanos coming into Marvel Rivals in the near future, maybe for that, since Thanos' whole ordeal is that he wants to eliminate as many people as he can to then win the affection of Lady Death, well, who is Lady Death actually attracted to? Deadpool. So I feel like that would be the perfect way to introduce him and add a little bit of comedic relief in the eyes of a situation that would otherwise be a world-ending Avengers level threat. So maybe in a future season they could introduce Deadpool and then not even stop there. Maybe they can also go ahead and introduce different variations of Deadpool. Now that is more on the doubtful side, seeing as so I don't think they would introduce more than one character named Wade Wilson, or maybe more than one variation of Deadpool unless it's Gwenpool. But right now, seeing as to Marvel Rivals is structured and set up as a mobile game, the whole seasonal progression as they follow this specific story thread does seem like something that would be the main attraction for the character, because I doubt that they would introduce him in a small kind of event, whether it be a raid or whether it be in a PvE mode or anything of the sort. This has to be something more on a large scale, whether it be that he's the main focus of the battle pass or otherwise. Marvel Rivals has to knock it out of the park, and if there's one thing that they've shown us that they're not afraid of doing, is doing exactly that. These are just my suggestions though, but what do you guys think? Should Deadpool be added as a support character, or should he join the ranks as another DPS in a list full of them? What changes would you make, and which plausible hero or villain would you like to see next? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed, dislike if you didn't, and let me know why as I read all the feedback. feedback, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.